Hey everyone, it's Brandy. Just wanted to get on here and give you an 8-week update. I will be 9 weeks tomorrow, and not too much to update you on. As far as symptoms go, I had some really good days this week for the 8th week, and if I was feeling ill or anything, it was more or less like dry heaving, so everything I was eating and drinking was staying down, so that's a plus. The main symptom that I had an issue with is might be TMI, but it was constipation, and when I'm talking about constipation, I mean severe. I didn't really notice it until Friday, and Friday was actually a good day for me, and we had to go to a Halloween party locally, and when I got there, my stomach was just, I was helping set up too, because it was for, we do a fundraiser for the animal shelter and everything, and so I was helping set up and running around and, of course feeling exhausted every time I did something, but my stomach was really cramping. I mean, like, severely cramping, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. When dinner came, I took a few bites of some things, and then I just couldn't eat anymore. And I ended up leaving the party a little earlier because the cramping was so bad. And it did feel like I had to use the bathroom, so that's what kind of, clued me in. And I thought about it, and I was like, when was the last time that I had a bowel movement? And honestly, it had been a while. Now, granted, I haven't been eating a lot of things, mainly crackers. Every now and then I'll have a soup, or, and then as far as drinks go, I've been drinking ginger ale, which, isn't the best thing to be drinking, I'm sure, but it is caffeine free, and it was the only thing that was making me feel good as far as the nausea goes. And then I started drinking Gatorade as well to add something different in there. So, you really don't think about bowel movements, I guess, if you're not eating that much. So, anyway, Friday night I went to bed and woke up Saturday, and my stomach was still crampy, and I was joking with my husband, telling him I was having contractions in my stomach, because it would literally, like, stop you in your tracks. And and I guess that was just the gas and everything moving around. And so I tried everything. I tried pickles. I tried eating pickles, which I really like the pickles, and sometimes they make me go to the bathroom. And then I ate a half a thing of prunes. I tried some juice, and nothing seemed to work. So Saturday, I wasn't able to go to a wedding reception that I really wanted to go to because I was just in so much pain. I ended up taking a stool softener around, I think it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I went to bed, and I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning with severe cramping again, and I definitely needed to go to the bathroom, but nothing was coming out. So I guess I was that blocked up. So I tried on my own for a couple hours, feeling sick and painful, and, running back and forth to the bathroom trying to go. And around 5 o'clock in the morning, I finally woke my husband up and said, look, I'm sorry that I have to wake you up right now. I said, but I really need something to get me started, because my stomach is cramping so bad that the pain was so severe that I was actually throwing up. Instead of using the bathroom, I was throwing up. So he ran to the store that was open 24 hours, and luckily it's only like 5 minutes down the road, and he grabbed me, I think it's called Fleet's enema. And so when he got back, I told him, I was like, you go to bed, I can take care of everything else. And so I used the enema, and I kid you not, within a minute everything was coming out. So yeah, that was probably the worst symptom, for week 8. And so from now on, I am making sure I'm drinking enough fluids. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier when I can, and then also increase my fiber intake, whether it be supplemental or eating some more fruits and stuff. the most exciting thing this week is that I went to my, I'm sorry, my eyes are itchy today. I went to my OBGYN appointment. It was my first appointment, and did an ultrasound, and I was actually able to hear the heartbeats. So baby A is a heartbeat of 173, and then baby B's heartbeat was 188. So they're pretty fast and strong. My husband wasn't able to come with me, and my best friend, who again works at the hospital now, she snuck in to hear it too, and we got a bunch of pictures, and I'll post some of them at the end of the video here. And it was just amazing hearing them and getting so many pictures. And then of course my doctor came in and we were talking about what to expect with twins, and it was kind of the same thing I've already heard. You know, with normal pregnancy, you can experience hypertension or preeclampsia, and you also can experience gestational diabetes. Now with twins, of course, it doubles it, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get it, but you know, my risk of getting it is a little higher. As far as bed rest go, he says that he doesn't foresee me going on bed rest unless, you know, something happens later on. And he actually had a patient who was 36 weeks, and she was about ready to give birth. She was upstairs in the hospital. I guess she was on bed rest at the hospital for a few days because they want to try to keep the babies in as long as possible. I think it's every day you keep them in. It's like 3 days out of the NICU. Although he said 36 weeks is pretty much full term for twins, but he likes to try to keep them in as long as possible. The hospital that I am at does not have a NICU, so if something happened that the babies had to go to the NICU, they would be rushed to the hospital nearby, and I would be stuck at the hospital I gave birth. But when I asked him how often that happens, it's like less than 1% out of all the births they give each month. So it's not, and he said that if he, because he's a friend of mine too, if he thinks that they are going to be in the NICU, then he will refer me to go to the other hospital to deliver. So I'm not really stressing about that right now. And he said I should be able to go, hopefully 36 weeks is what he'd like to see me go to. And so yeah, it's just some things we're gonna learn. And you know, being that it's my first pregnancy and, you know, twins, he said I can call and ask any questions and all that stuff. So I'm really excited to get the journey going. What else? I think that's about it. Yesterday, let's see, I'll be week 9 tomorrow, and last night I had a bout of nausea, which I actually did throw up some substance. So my doctor did say for me to prepare for week 9 and week 10, because that's when the vomiting can come back. And so I already had a bout with that on week 6. So, you know, I made it through 1 week. I could do it again. It's more annoying than anything. The last couple days I've been extremely tired. Yesterday I went to bed at like, as soon as I got home, which was around 6 o'clock, and I ended up getting up around 8 o'clock, getting sick, and then I went back to bed. But I haven't missed work yet because of that, and I don't plan on it, although every morning, I'm like, I don't want to go to work. I don't feel like going to work. I just want to sleep all day long. But I know that I can't miss a lot of work right now because if I use up all my, you know, FMLA, then when the babies are born, it shortens my time to be with them if I decide to come back to work. So, you know, I'm trying to be careful with that, and I only have a few more weeks left until second trimester, so I'm just gonna hang in there and hold tight. I did go grocery shopping for the very first time the other day, and because anything with food kind of just makes me queasy. But I had been feeling very well, so I decided to go grocery shopping just to get my minimum stuff. Like maybe I got some fruit, like some melons. I got a couple vegetables to dip in some vegetable dip, and then I got crackers, Gatorade. What else did I get? Pasta, stuff with pasta, rice, soups, anything and everything that I think I could keep down. And I made it all the way through the grocery store, and I got to the self-checkout line, and I started feeling a little sick, so I hurried up and checked out, and then I got to the car, and I took a couple deep breaths and was fine, and I was like, okay, good, that was good, I held it down. Well, then my husband called, and as soon as I started talking to him, it started feeling like I was going to get sick again, so I hang up with him, and sure enough, I got sick, but at least I made it to the car. And so my husband is now going to be the one that's doing a lot of the grocery shopping, because I can't do it. It's not that I don't want to do it, it's just that I can't do it. And restrooms and so forth isn't exactly easy accessible in a grocery store. So, if you got a buggy full of a buggy full of food, and then you have to get sick or something, and run to the bathroom, it's more of a hassle. So I'd rather him go and get things when we need it, and he doesn't mind, so I greatly appreciate that. So, but yeah, I think that's about it. Really nothing, like I said, nothing else to really report on. I just wanted to go ahead and give at least this week's update, because, if something happens next week is pretty rough. I don't know if I'll be able to give an update. I didn't want to leave you girls hanging too long. So yeah, I have no plans for the weekend. I'm just going to vegetate like I've always been doing, and my nephew turns 1 tomorrow, so we do have a birthday party to go to, and hopefully I'll be okay with the birthday party. I seem to get sick around 6 or 7 o'clock at night typically, so hopefully I'll get that out of my system before we get there, or if we get there I can go to the bathroom or something if I'm not feeling well, and just get it out of my system. And a lot of times I'll feel better afterwards, so it really just depends. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I did cry about him turning 1. So silly, because he's not even my kid, he's just my nephew, and I was just thinking about him turning 1 and his birthday, and he's starting to walk now, and he's giggling now, and he's got 2 teeth up top, 2 teeth on the bottom, and he knows how to use those teeth, and it's just crazy. It seems like he was just an infant yesterday, so I did have a little bit of a crying spell on my way to work the other day just thinking about that. So I'm sure tomorrow will be a little bit emotional for me, and probably his mom. I think his mom's been going through it too, so but it's going to be fun no matter what. It's a Halloween theme, and they've got a haunted house for all the kids to kind of go through, and the kids, I think, are dressing up, and so I can't wait to see everyone and just relax a little bit. So, but that's it. If you have any questions or anything for me about my journey thus far, even if it's a question about IVF, or even IUIs, or what we did in the beginning, or anything, feel free to comment below, and I'll try to get to those. And then thank you everyone for your amazing tips and tricks for the nausea. I've tried a little bit of everything. The only thing I've not tried yet is cinnamon, like fireballs, and I probably won't do fireballs because they're extremely hot for me, and I just can't stand them anyway. But I have been looking for the cinnamon candy. They're just like little disc candy, and they're not extreme hot or anything like that, so I am looking for those. I did not find them in the store I was in the other day, and so my husband's going to go look at another store today for them. So hopefully I can try that and see if that works out. But other than that, I'm just dealing with it. Blessed that I've got 2 miracles in me, and I'm even though I'm feeling crappy, and, you know, in the beginning, I think everyone says, you know, especially when you hear somebody complaining about their pregnancy, you're like, oh, well, when I get pregnant, I won't be complaining like that. I'm going to be thrilled, I'm going to be excited, yada, yada, yada. Well, just from experience, I was one of those people, and I could definitely say that it has been very hard not to complain. I don't really complain too much. I just, you know, if people ask how I'm feeling, I typically just say, you know what, I have good days, I have bad days. You know, if it's a bad day, I'll just be like, I'm not feeling too great today or whatever, you know. But it's funny because a lot of people expect you to say that because they want you to feel sick. If you were to say that you weren't feeling ill, you know, they would kind of worry about you, because a lot of people realize that if you are sick, then that's showing that you are having a healthy pregnancy. So, you know, everyone that I've talked to, they're always like, well, I'm sorry you're sick, but I'm happy too, because that just means everything's coming along. And so again, I don't think there are some pregnancy people that just complain, but, you know, if you're just, you know, just stating the facts and kind of going with the flow, there's really nothing else, you know, you're not complaining, you're just going with the flow. It's hard to put on a happy face 24/7 when you feel like you're gonna vomit any minute now. But I don't know, I told my friend I kind of feel like a superwoman, so to speak, because I've been through so much. And granted, there are women out there who go through a lot more than I have been through. Like, they are dealing with the severe vomiting, which is actually a disorder. Kate Middleton, she deals with that. I think it's called HG, maybe. But you know, I think, you know, once everyone gets over that hump, I mean, each time you have to deal with that, it's kind of like, all right, I've done it. I'm Superwoman. I can do it. You know, it's not killing me. It's just annoying and it's just unpleasant. But, you know, what, 12 weeks of this, or first trimester of this stuff, and then the rest of the pregnancy should be okay regarding nausea as far as that goes. I mean, I'm sure there's other things that'll come up, but, and then of course, I'm sure everyone says once you have the babies and you hold them in your arm, you kind of forget about the whole first trimester thing. So, you know, like I said, I'm hanging in there and I'm grateful, and I wouldn't change it. I think I would be worried if I wasn't sick. And, you know, I'm home stretch right now. I only have a few more weeks and then I'm second trimester, so, and I can't wait, because at that point I'm just gonna start putting the rooms together, start buying things and registering, and, you know, we have holidays coming up, so I'm super excited to be feeling better during the holidays. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just rambling now. But anyway, if you have any questions, again, leave them below. If you still have any suggestions on, like, things that I'm going to need for the twins, whether you use cloth diapers, regular diapers, did your room, was it matchy? Like, because I know I have a lot of people offering me things, and for really good prices, but they're not matchy. So, like, if we got 2 cribs, they wouldn't be matching, which I don't think is a big deal. But some people do, so we'll see. But I'm just not sure what to get. Like, give me some suggestions on what's needed. What is your favorite item that you have for your infant or child, and something that you would give someone else because it was just a lifesaver to you, or it, you know, helped your child in one way, shape, or form. I am open for all that opinions and suggestions, and that way I can start Googling and everything and doing some research. One thing that I've kind of been researching is strollers, and there's a lot of strollers out there. So if you know anyone that has twins, just let me know what kind of stroller they got, and so I can do a little bit more research on that brand. There's so many out there, it's so hard to choose from, and we just have to make sure that it, like, you know, folds up and fits in our car and everything else. So please leave those suggestions below. And you know, again, like I say always, everyone who's going through IVF infertility, you know, I pray for you daily. And those who have your BFPs, I am keeping up with you, and praying that those embryos and little babies continue to grow healthy and strong. And so yeah, and I'm not going to say that I'm praying that you're sick if you are pregnant, but I kind of am. Again, that means healthy pregnancy. A little sickness isn't that bad. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, and I will try to check in as maybe next week. If not, like I said, if I'm not feeling good, it might be a couple weeks, but definitely keep you updated on everything. Thank you for your support, your thoughts, and your prayers. Baby dust to everyone. Bye.